New this morning, no new gun control rules in Santa Fe.
Yeah, late last night, counselors there 6-2 rejected a plan that would have made a new rule saying you cannot buy gun magazines that hold more than 10 bullets. They made this decision in front of a very packed crowd after people spent 4 hours giving their 2 cents on it.
The state constitution is very clear on in no way can it be regulated by anybody. But it's not the magazines that are the problem. It's criminals.
I don't think there is a constitutional issue. I think it's an inconvenience that people have to change their magazines, but I don't think there's a constitutional issue at all. We're not limiting weaponry.
All right, now if this had passed, the ban would have allowed people to keep high-capacity magazines they already own, but not buy any more of them. Santa Fe's police chief doesn't have an official stance on this idea, but he tells us it would be very difficult to go and enforce.
The challenges that I see with enforcing it at this point is the difficulty in determining when a person acquired a magazine, and the other difficulty is how to locate these magazines.
City Attorney in Santa Fe also acknowledges this plan could conflict with the state constitution, which says cities cannot regulate the right to bear arms. Well, the federal government has a lot of work to do this morning after yesterday's historical Supreme Court ruling.
Yeah, this is all about same-sex marriage. Yesterday, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that same-sex couples that are legally married are entitled to the same benefits as all other married couples. So now, as the federal government is concerned, the Pentagon is going to start extending benefits to same-sex spouses of men and women in the military. Homeland Security's secretary says the government will also extend immigration benefits to gay couples. Now, the big question this morning in New Mexico is, what does this mean for folks here?
Well, probably one of two things. Either same-sex marriage will be decided in the court system, or we'll all vote on it with a constitutional amendment. Now, one same-sex couple that's already sued to get a marriage license is now filing paperwork to take the case straight to the state Supreme Court. The couple's attorney is Democratic State Representative Brian Egolf. He says he hopes to hear within 2 weeks if the Supreme Court will go ahead and hear the case. But Republican Representative Nora Espinoza, who is against same-sex marriage, doesn't think the issue should be decided in court, but rather by the people with a constitutional amendment. A lot of gay couples are very excited with the news yesterday, and some even rushed to get a marriage license here in Bernalillo County.
Yeah, but they were denied. You see, the couple said that after seeing all the television coverage, they thought the issue had been resolved in New Mexico, too. However, County Clerk Maggie Toulouse Oliver explained that that wasn't the case.
Either the legislature needs to pass a law that completely clarifies that it's permissible to issue same-sex marriage licenses, or the courts need to make a ruling.
The county clerk had to turn down about 10 same-sex couples looking for marriage licenses yesterday. Well, Bernalillo County will reevaluate property taxes for 250,000 homes and businesses to make sure everyone is paying what they should be. You see, last year, News 13's investigative reporter Larry Barker exposed problems with the system when he found that the property tax bill for a $7 million 3-acre estate was just under $25 in 2011. The assessor's office wants to prevent that from happening again, but says it's likely most homes are valued close or at market value already. The reevaluation should take 3 to 4 years to complete. The assessor's office will hire about 25 people to get it done.
An update now on the silver fire that is still ripping through the Gila. The fire has now grown to 92,000 acres. That's 7,000 more than yesterday morning and is still just 20% contained. Firefighters are focusing on protecting homes and businesses and the small town of Hermosa, which is about 5 miles from the flames right now. Then in the northern part of the state, the Jaroso fire keeps burning in the Pecos. It keeps getting bigger. Look at that smoke plume there. It's now burned 9,400 acres. None of it is contained. About 90 firefighters in a helicopter battling the flames. It's a very steep and rugged terrain.
Well, it is back to the courtroom today in the Levi Chavez murder trial. Yesterday, a crime scene expert took the stand and the defense tried to block prosecutors from calling any more of the former cops' lovers to the stand. News 13's Alex Goldsmith has a story.
Prosecutors have already called 3 women Levi Chavez was having affairs with to the stand. The defense says enough is enough.
The jury already gets the point that Levi is sleeping around, to a large degree.
Prosecutors want to call Chavez's wife, APD officer Heather Hindi Chavez, and another woman Chavez brought to the couple's home weeks after Tara's death. The judge ruled they can. Earlier Tuesday, the jury heard from a crime scene expert who said he couldn't determine if Tara's death was a homicide or suicide, but said there were a number of suspicious things at the scene, including a possible blood spot inconsistent with suicide. In a strange coincidence, that crime scene expert actually taught Levi Chavez crime scene investigation. In that class, one of the sample cases was the case of a husband murdering his wife and staging it to look like a suicide. Alex Goldsmith, KRQE News 13.
Now, because of a scheduling issue, the defense called a witness of their own Tuesday, a suicide expert who reviewed evidence in the case. He testified Tara Chavez displayed a number of suicide risk factors before her death.
Well, neighbors are now wondering why Bernalillo County is ignoring a blighted home in the North Valley that they say is a huge safety risk. On special assignment last night, Kim Holland showed you how a home on Grecian Avenue Northwest burned last November. Take a look at that. But now folks are wondering why the home has been left in this burned out state for 7 months now. Walls are ready to collapse, stray cats wander all around the place, and the smell of the fire still lingers in the neighborhood. The county says the owner is in the process of demolishing it and has to allow him until September to take it down. The county says it can't move as quickly as Albuquerque, for example, where you often see buildings being torn down pretty quickly.
You can't be as aggressive as the city of Albuquerque
We
can.
cannot move as quickly. No, we have a different set of protocols.
All right, there is much more to this story. If you'd like to see it, head to our website at krqe.com or watch Tu Casa Fox tonight at 9 o'clock. Well, waves of fun. That's what a bunch of big brothers and big sisters had with their littles at the water park at the Hotel Cascada yesterday. The volunteers and their friends got to cool off and chill out with slides, floaties, and more. Mattress Firm and the hotel made the day possible as a way to say thanks to all those who volunteer with kids who need a little extra something special in their lives. And from the looks of it, they had a blast, and the big thing is they got to cool off because it is darn hot outside.
Yeah, that is awesome. I have got to go take my son
Oh,
to Hotel
he
Cascada
will love
and this
it.
water park. My goodness.
Yeah.
Today